Hi guys, it's TheLuchamediageek here again, reviewing my choice for the Burns redo, and my choice, a bit of a controversial one this, is Steven Spielberg's Munich. Now, this film received a lot of flack when it was released. It is about a very controversial issue. It's basically investigates, I suppose is the right word, investigates the effects of, not the effects, the actions of the Israeli government following the 1972 Munich Olympic Games. Quick history lesson: a bunch of Palestinian terrorists known as Black September broke in and killed the Israeli contingent of Olympic athletes at 1972 Munich. That is shown in a very effective manner at the beginning of the movie. The movie then follows a team that are sent out by the Israeli government to eliminate those terrorists they believe to be responsible, very much off the books. Now, the reason why I wanted people to look at this movie is a lot of people either have seen, it sounds daft, a lot of people have seen Munich, a lot of people haven't. It's what I call one of Spielberg's forgotten movies. It's like, well, they're like Amistad. Oh, did he make that movie? Actually, yeah, that's okay. The reason why I appreciate this movie is this is, I think, Steven Spielberg's most unrelentingly dark film, and unrelentingly revealing about human nature, right or wrong. A lot of people jump up and go, oh no, that's Schindler's List. Surely that's Schindler's List. I'm not saying putting anything against Schindler's List. Schindler's List is a huge achievement, tackling what was an insurmountable issue, but at the end of the day, Schindler's List is a film about hope. You know, it's a film about people surviving. Munich, not to give spoilers at the ending, Munich isn't that. You'll know why when you see it. A lot of people didn't like it because they said it was either pro-Israeli or, funnily enough, pro-Palestine. Because what this film does quite brilliantly is it shows the moral ambiguities of actions. How useful is violence as a deterrent against terror? You know, it goes back to the greatest moral and ethical questions. Should you, is it an eye for an eye, or should you turn the other cheek? And it's not just a big morality play. It has that. I like movies that are about things. I don't like movies that preach to me, but I like movies that basically go, here's the question, we're not necessarily going to give you an answer, but it's maybe something you should think about. And also, and I know you could say this is a given because it's set in the 70s, but the 70s gave us some of the best dark conspiracy thrillers. You know, 70s movies have a real kind of special reality to them, a special aesthetic and a special look. Spielberg brings that perfectly to this movie. You're watching a 70s movie, and that for the source material works because it's, you know, deals with some very dark themes, deals with them quite intelligently, sometimes heavy-handedly, but I'll get to that. And it's just, I think it's in no way a perfect film. I will get to its flaws, but I think it's one of his best, and I think it's sorely overlooked. Again, I don't want to give you too much about the plot. It's just, again, a team sent by Israel are sent to eliminate the members of Black September, the group who were responsible for the 1972 Munich massacre. Where the film excels is the killings are very well executed. It's very stylish, but it's also always very human. The actions. Eric Bana plays, again, Avner, the leader of the team, and he plays the part very well. It's a real shame actually what happened to Eric Bana. I think his start was really on the rise early early to mid last decade, you know, he was going to be the new guy. You know, he's not gone, but he kind of went from leading man status to, you know, appearing as the villain in Star Trek. You know, he kind of just disappeared. It's a shame because he's a really good actor and he really does pour out his soul through his eyes. And his performance is really well portrayed in the movie. Also, one of the things this film does brilliantly, it's odd because I don't want to give spoilers to people who haven't seen this movie, I just want them to watch it. But one thing I will say is, of course, the Mossad members need information on the other terrorists. They get this through a very shadowy French group who basically gather information. And the whole thing with this French group is they say, we will, if you have the money, we will give you the information on who you want, but we don't work with governments. So what Avner does is he lies, you know, I'm not working for Israel, I'm a private contractor, and of course events conspire that it is revealed that he may well be working for a government, and he's took by the leaders of this very shadowy French organisation. You know, he's put in a car, he's blindfolded, and where you'd expect this movie to go is, you know, they're going to take him into a, you know, warehouse somewhere and beat the shit out of him or kill him. They don't do that. They take him to a gorgeous French chateau, and he meets the leader of the organisation, which is the best performance of the movie, even though he's in it for a few minutes. This guy called Michael Lonsdale, he plays Papa, and he is literally everyone's dad. He's nice, friendly, he's paternal. He actually played Hugo Drax, the Bond villain in Moonraker. And they get on really well. Nothing's said, there's nothing at all menacing. And then he gets in the car, they're about to drive off, and he says, you know what, Abner? I could love you like a son, but you're not. And basically, that's brilliant, because in those 3 words, he says all he needs to say. You mess with me again, we'll hunt you down and kill you. Morally and just politically, events become more complicated. Where you're going to stand on this movie, either side, will basically depend on your own feelings on this issue. As trite as it sounds, I saw this as a movie, and I saw this as very simply as a movie. It's the old thing of, can you use such a horrible event as a piece of entertainment? Because at the end of the day, even though it's about some, you know, very hefty issues, this is a thriller, and it's a beautifully made thriller. I would argue, again, you could say that about Schindler's List, any movie made about the Holocaust or the killing fields. You know, our movies are all in medium for that. But it doesn't make the issue in a trite manner. It deals with it with respect. And I will say, fair play to Spielberg for, again, making such a challenging movie and dark movie. And again, let's face it, Hollywood, the whole Israel-Palestine thing, whoa, we're not touching that. Fair play to him for even giving it a go. Either way, he wasn't going to come out happy in this movie. The performances are good. Daniel Craig's in it as a member of the team in a pre-bomb performance, and it's eye-catching because Daniel Craig has a lot of natural charisma. Not telling you too much about this movie, I recommend it. Again, it's not perfect. It's slightly over long. It's a very long movie. It's over 2.5 hours. Whilst it doesn't have a happy ending tacked onto it, it does slightly suffer from the Spielberg disease of the movie fades to black. I literally, you know, I remember at the movies I did the classic thing like I did in Minority Report and AI, where I stood up and began to stand up, and then the movie carries on for another 15 minutes. But he kind of doesn't do the whole I need to tack a happy ending onto this. I'm not going to tell you what the ending is if you've not seen it, but watch it, make up your own mind. It's not a happy watch, it's not an easy watch, but I think it is an enriching one. I'd give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's a damn good try at looking at a damn difficult issue, and I do recommend it. Oh, I got all heavy then. Hopefully our next movie pick will be something a little bit lighter. So until next time, this is me saying see ya.